Did you ever ask yourself why Frieren accepted Fern as her apprentice? In some ways, the answer seems obvious. She did it because Heiter asked her to do it, and after a little prodding, Frieren felt like she owed it to him as a gift of their friendship. But there's also a deeper meaning to Frieren's relationship with Fern, because it tells a story about the way that Frieren has changed since her original adventure with Himmel. And indeed, it's a story about the way that Himmel changed Frieren. And to see what I'm talking about, we need to remember a question that Eisen asked Frieren at the end of their quest to defeat the Demon King. Frieren was preparing to embark on a brand new journey, and Eisen asked her if she was planning on taking an apprentice to have some company, and Frieren told him no, she was not. Apprentices have no value for an elf, because they always die so quickly, and Frieren is very nearly immortal. Why would she waste her time caring for a life that will be gone in the blink of an eye? And this response of Frieren's was actually quite cruel, because Frieren delivered it right in the face of her dearest friends in the whole world. Not merely Eisen, but Himmel and Heiter too. And all of them winced when they heard it, because the implication was that they actually meant quite little to Frieren. And Eisen responded by chiding Frieren. He told her that's not how relationships work. The value of a friend isn't measured by the length of time that the friend survives in your life. And while Eisen's remark certainly seems true, it also raises the following question. How do you measure the value of a friend and the meaning of their love, if not by the length of time that they survive as your companion? Well, we definitely know that Frieren learns the answer to this question because she's clearly changed by the time she meets Fern. She embraces Fern not merely as an apprentice, but also as family, and not simply because Heiter asked her to do it. She loves Fern purely because of who Fern is. But why does Frieren no longer worry that the shortness of Fern's human life will impede the meaning of their love, or the purpose of her apprenticeship? I think that the answer has to do with Himmel, and the way that Himmel's friendship changed Frieren in the depths of her soul. Himmel's friendship allowed Frieren to see the good in herself that not even she was able to recognize in the span of 1,000 years. Himmel made her appreciate the beauty of her magic, and he made her discover her capacity for love by opening up his heart to her in a way that no one ever had. Himmel gave Frieren the opportunity to truly know another person, which she had never yet received, and which she did not initially embrace. But Himmel offered Frieren time and patience. Indeed, he offered her his entire life. And over the span of this time, the opportunity for love that he presented her slowly changed her. Himmel's nurturing sincerity and openness inspired in Frieren a desire for intimacy with other people. And even though she initially did not understand how to act on this desire, she would go on to contemplate it for many decades. And during that time, she allowed it to gradually transform her in the depths of her soul. And she changed from a lonely wanderer who did not know the meaning of love into a creature who is defined by love and who lives for the sake of her friends. And that was the ultimate reason why Frieren was able to embrace Fern not merely as her apprentice, but also as her family. It was because Himmel showed her the meaning of love and friendship. He showed her how relationships really work. And she learned from him that the value of a friend isn't measured by the amount of time that you spend together. It's measured rather by the way the friend changes you and shapes your soul. Just as Himmel's love changed Frieren, and she saw over time that those changes would last forever.